Nice to see you today. I'm just getting on here for a little bit, killing some time before I have to do some stuff. But I thought I'd jump on here, see who's on, if anyone, and talk a little bit about my day. I just got out of the craft room. I usually would go live in the craft room, but today it was kind of just a dull craft day. I just glued a couple leaves on a wreath, and I'm still waiting for the clay stuff that I made the other day to dry. And I ended up losing the stinger off the bee that I had made, so I was a little disappointed. And oh, forgot to put on all messages. Thank you for dropping in. And so I might have to rethink my design on the bee, but I added a couple flowers to the red wreath, and so that's pretty much all I did there. I have some touch-ups to do on the clothespin wreath that the bee is going to go on, and I don't know, I just had a day where I didn't feel like painting today, so I did not. Hey, MLG, what's up? Plug? Something like that. So, yeah, I just didn't do much in there. Oh, welcome to the Bear Den. Yeah, I forgot my own plug. Tells you where my brain's at today. Yep. Please like and subscribe to the live on your way in. Like and subscribe to me. Like the live, subscribe to me. I'll get it right in the end. One of the three. The cat and I are currently fighting. She got me real good, so she's hiding right now because I let her have it, and so cat probably not so good. I'm doing okay. Thank you for asking, Carrie, and welcome to the Bear Den today. Who's a terrible lady? The cat? Yeah, you're not lying there. I always end up with the mean animals for some reason. I did have a couple sweet cats at one point in my life. But this particular round of animal, she's really more my husband's cat. I can't imagine why she's in a mood, but she had climbed up on the bee that I just made, and I went to go get her off, and I wasn't even angry. I was just going to politely move her, and she clawed and bit me. So it's pretty deep too, and swollen, so I probably have some contagious cat disease now. But such is life. That was Maxwell, the long-haired dark cat. Are you talking about the one that just showed up on the porch, or the the one that just showed up on the porch was Maxwell? The ex's cat was Booger, the black and white one. But Maxwell was mine. I agree. I ended up with a lot of cats at one point or another. I think I had three or four. Yeah. Honestly, my favorite pet that I ever had was I loved my bird at the respite. That was my favorite pet, as my bird at my old job. But he went to birdie heaven one day when I was off. I still don't know what happened. Nobody ever did tell me the truth about that, but he was sick. They said he was sick, but I don't know. I meant not fish tank pet, but Mumford was my favorite. I did have a goldfish that lived for 8 years that I got from the fair. I even had a whole funeral for Mumford. Played him Salisbury Hill while he laid in state. But yeah, my favorite out of tank pet was the bird. My favorite in tank, my favorite all time was Mumford. You are correct. Sometimes I can't think of Mumford because it's too painful. I really do love my fish. Yeah, that fish kept me alive though, honestly. Sunday to Sunday, because Sunday was fish tank clean day. And, other things get honorable mentions for me being alive too. But the fish was really the thing that I was like, okay, can't go anywhere, the fish. And you gotta figure he probably didn't have a good life before the I took him from the fair. He probably was sloshed around everywhere, but once I got him, I assure you he had the best life a fish ever did have. Yeah, well, true. All pets require work, but fish, it takes some talent to keep them alive, especially when they didn't get the best start in life to begin with. But yep, it is true. I had a fair fish for 8 years. I think that's the longest I've had any pet, to be honest. No, maybe the orange cat, but I don't really count him because I don't have him anymore. He finally did die, the orange cat. Word reached me. He was 18, I think, and I had him for 8 years of his life. Yeah, cats can live over 20 if they're properly cared for. And it really isn't hard to take care of a cat. You just have to make sure their litter's always clean and they have decent food. They're pretty self sufficient normally. They really do stay better if there's more than one, but I do not want another cat right at the moment. And this one I don't think is the temperament to have another cat around. Because she's been alone for 4 years. I think she's 4. However, I had, yeah, I can understand that. I ended up having one forcibly removed from me, not by choice. But it was more oh yeah, well, we're going to have a place together in a couple months, so the cat will just go with me. Wrong answer. Which is why you should always be careful who you get a pet with. And make it very clear who the owner is, especially on paper. So when you go to the vet with your animals, fill out the paperwork so if it ever falls completely apart with your partner, you can get your animal relatively easily. In fact, I should do a whole series on things you should do to protect yourself from love gone wrong. I really should do that. Because I made about every mistake in the book you can when it comes to relationships and what not to do to keep yourself from getting screwed over. I knew you were going there with the bouillon cubes. Somebody else has to see that and be like, bouillon cubes? You're going to put your name on the bouillon cubes? What does that mean? This is my life, people, for better or worse. There were names on the bouillon cubes. $1.25 at the Dollar Tree. This is random, but imagine that it's a cartoon and you shot an arrow at a hot air balloon. I would think the balloon would spring a leak and fall out of the sky. Thank you for coming in, Brandon. Nice to meet you. Oh, Brandon. And under what conditions would I be up in a hot air balloon with an arrow? I mean, do you always armor your quiver, Brandon, when you go out? Hey, I'm going to get a balloon. Or I'm going up in a hot air balloon. Let me get my quiver and arrows. Interesting. Well, let's discuss why you need to bring that with you, Brandon. Did something happen to you that made you feel unsafe? I understand. It can be very boring at times, especially when it's a long winter day and there's nothing to do. Now, a flaming arrow would be very interesting. Have you ever been in a hot air balloon, Brandon? Or MLG? I'm not really sure. I've never seen a hot air balloon up close. Yeah, I'm sure that it still would fly even with a little hole. Or it might just go, hmm. I don't know, Brendan. I'm not too familiar with cartoons. I'm an old lady. Elmer Fudd. Oh, I think I know Mr. Fudd. He's that glorious fellow with the blunderbuss. The Bumblebee project is still in progress, Carrie. The bee is drying as we speak, and I'm going to have to touch up some of the clothespins. It's probably going to take 2 days for the bee to be dried completely because it's so flat and just it's so big. Funny way. Mm, just like such. Yeah, hot air balloon is 525 for 2 people at Letchworth. I think it would just implode. I don't think it would zoom around everywhere. Yeah. Shoot, no, Carrie. You should do anything you wanted to do. I know a lot of people that finger paint. In fact, on here, there's several adults that do finger painting styles on YouTube. It's just the same thing as using a brush, but using your fingers. And actually, sometimes you can be more accurate with your fingers. And shoot, even if it would be childish, I say do it. It's your free time and your money. It's part of the joy of being a grown up. I sometimes feel like the stuff I make's childish too, but um I didn't really get to do a lot of childish stuff when I was a kid. Academics were the big focus, so now that I'm an adult, I have all the fun I want. Make up for a lot of times. No problem, Carrie. That's what I'm here for. Brandon, you should subscribe to Carrie's channel too. Carrie goes live. Brandon's a funny fellow. Oh, good. I put it on all messages this time. I never remember. I was so out of sorts I forgot my own plug. Welcome to the Bear Den. The Bear Den needs a good vacuum and cleaning, good habitat maintenance. I don't think we're getting to the vacuuming today. We can, however, throw out our Diet Mountain Dew bottles. Well, recycle them. They go in the bag for recycling. So, what sort of vices do all of you have? Mine's Diet Mountain Dew. It's the one thing I just can't kick. What do you guys drink? Water's the best, and I usually do try to drink at least a gallon of water a day. Today I was a little slower, but most days I fill my big old green water bottle and just drink out of it for the day. I was just thinking I need to make an easier email than I have right now. Well, I do have an easy one. That's kind of Bear Den related now that I think about it. That'll be the one I'll give out to everyone. If I need to work on my description, and I haven't posted a short this week either. I need to get on that. Maybe I'll post one tomorrow. Coffee, tea, and hot chocolate. You like warm drinks, Hawker? I drink a fair amount of hot chocolate in the winter. I haven't had any this week yet, but yep, pop is my wake up drink. I don't really drink coffee. I do on a special occasion. I'll go get an iced coffee or something. I used to drink more iced coffee when I worked and stuff, but it's one of those luxury items that I get things, when I have to do terrible things. Usually when I leave the house, I make sure I get a drink and stuff. A drink and a snack. I'm silly. It's like, ooh, we're leaving the house. I need a drink and a snack. But I went grocery shopping with my dad yesterday and he did the same thing, so I don't feel so weird now. But tomorrow I have to go to the doctor and get a procedure done on my back. So I get to take all sorts of funky medicine in the morning and be weird and loopy, even more so than normal, but I'm pretty, I'm feeling some kind of way about all that, but I just, I've been in a weird mood today. I don't know if it's just the weather or what, but I was definitely tired all day. I sat in my chair and I took a nap after dinner. Well, it's dinner time now. I ate dinner early. Yeah, we're supposed to get a wintry mix tonight. Oh, you were gonna go to the dog park? That's cool. I like to see the puppies. We have a dog park near here too. Um, in the next town over. It's cool to see all the little puppies and the big dogs run around and play together. I would love to have a dog, but they're a lot of work. And I don't really have I I do have the space for one. I just don't think I could properly exercise it and pick up after it. So I just don't have one. It's funny now that I have the time to do everything I've always wanted to do, I can't physically do it. So that kind of sucks. Oh, your sister has a Great Dane? Those are big dogs, real big dogs. When I was growing up, I had a lab boxer mix from the time I was 5 until I was 18, and her name was Keppy. She was actually named after my aunt's ex boyfriend, and then they broke up and she gave us the dog. So we had her while we were growing up. I believe it. They can grow to be huge. How are things at your house, Carrie? Everything good? Good. Yeah, things are okay here. I'm just extra bored today and just don't really feel good. but that's okay. Thank you. I'm sure I'll feel better tomorrow. Just a little. Just a little. Boy, there's been a lot of traffic on my road today, which is weird because the road outside my house is just for the park I live in, and there's just been a lot of traffic today. It's not a main road either, it's off of a main road. Have you had supper yet, Carrie? Oh, wow, I've got 3 likes so far. That's awesome. Hi, Maria. How are you? Thanks for dropping in. I had Hot Pockets for dinner today. Yeah, it's kind of a quiet day. I'm glad you're doing well. Maria, I haven't seen you in a couple days. I don't know if I've just been missing chat or what's else is going on. Are you getting ready for Slots Fiesta, Maria? It seems like it'd be a really fun thing to go to meet everybody. I'm not sure if I would want to travel to Vegas. I've never flown or anything. Yeah, that'll do it to you. Well, hopefully things slow down for you and work gets a little more even keel. I hope I didn't leave my glue gun on again. I have pretty bad anxiety too. I'm very claustrophobic. And as a bigger gal, I'd probably need 2 seats anyway, or I'd want 2 seats. I would much rather drive to anywhere no matter how long it took me. So I feel you on that. I actually don't have a car at the moment either, so yes, I have to get the last MRI I had, thank God, was an open one, and that wasn't so bad because the sides were out. But yeah, I've had to go in the tube more than once, and they always have to give me Valium before I go. In fact, I have to have a procedure done tomorrow, and they gave me Valium and hydrocodone, so I'm like, oh, this isn't going to be good. I'm like, yep, when they break out the hard stuff, you know it's going to be something. Because they don't just give that out here anymore. Like, you have to have a reason. My goodness. I was just telling Carrie the road in my uh, mobile home park is really popping today. Now the police are rolling through. Oh, I do. I used to be so against medicines, but now as I've had to have more done, like whatever they want to give me, I take because whatever helps my body relax and just get through whatever terrible thing is coming. Yep, I'm having a nerve ablation on my back tomorrow, and I'm a little nervous about it. I wasn't at first, but now that it's getting closer, I'm getting a little more anxious. I hope it just helps my pain and doesn't make anything else any worse. They say it's supposed to be safe, so we'll see. But I'm definitely ready to start feeling better. My back has been giving me a lot of trouble for a long time. Thank you, Maria. I appreciate it. I'm ready to somewhat get back to as normal can be. Yep, I didn't go in the craft room very much today, just long enough to glue a couple things. And I've been working on a clothespin wreath. Well, Miss Maria, you have a good day. We're thinking of you. You have an easy time at work, I hope. Yep, we'll see you next time. Kind of. It's they call it a radio frequency ablation. So they kind of deaden nerve endings so your brain doesn't get pain messages as often. I'm not sure if it's going to make anything else numb. As long as I can, you know, use my leg as normal, because the side that hurts is my driving leg. So as long as I can still use my leg, I'm cool with whatever happens. But Excuse me, I'm thirsty as heck. But we'll see. Um, it's basically they use an x-ray machine and they put needles in your back and they kind of cauterize your nerves with like radio frequency. So I hope it's easy and I hope it doesn't hurt a lot. Yeah. Goodness gracious, it's so many people. Oh, goodness. Thanks, Carrie. I appreciate you. So I don't know if I'll be on tomorrow. I probably will be pretty loopy. But I like to watch YouTube when I'm not feeling well, so I might be chatting in other chats, but I don't know if I'll be camera ready tomorrow. Probably not. I'm hoping I feel good enough on Friday to get in my craft room and finish up the bee wreath. And then I want to start another one if I can. Oh, ow, that hurt. Sorry. I think the next one I want to do is a ladybug. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how I want to go about that one yet, but a ladybug is in the works. And I started to make other just spring. I made a few other um, flowers and butterflies and stuff. So I might just make a spring colored wreath next and just put some of that on there. So I'm pretty excited about that. I still have some more cleaning I need to do in my craft room. It's a little dirty again, but it's not bad. I just have a lot of stuff out because I've been working on a lot of stuff, so it just doesn't look very tidy at the moment. But hopefully things get hopefully things start to improve after this and I get to feeling better and I can do more. Thank you, Carrie. I really love my house. I'll have to do a tour on a day when it's a little cleaner. Today I'm not happy with how it looks. So, but yep, I'm in my living room now and behind me you can see my kitchen. And that way right in front of me is the craft room. Well, there's a wall and then there's the craft room. It's a very nice house. I worked very, very hard to get this house. And probably explains why my body's wrecked, but for what it was worth it. Your place is really neat too. I loved seeing all of your stuffies. I'll have to put mine out on display one day. There's the kitty sleeping. She's so angelic when she sleeps. Yep, she's a cute little girl. She's just spoiled rotten. She's definitely my husband's cat, though. She prefers him. Oh, cool. What color's your sister's cat? Oh, I had a black cat. He was my favorite. I named him Putty. Like, I taught a putty cat. Yep, he actually was blind in one eye, and I had him from the time he was a baby until he got sick. That's okay. He had a good long life. I've had a lot of pets over the years. Oh, goodness. I'm starting to get a little bit tired, Miss Carrie, so I think I'm going to end the live, but thank you so much for coming in and dropping by the Bear Den, and we look forward to seeing you next time. You have a good night. Bye. She had 20 cats. Oh, wow. That's a lot of cats. My best friend's mom had 20. Er, maybe not quite 20, but she had at least 10. And she fed all the cats in the neighborhood. Were you able to find all the cats good homes? Oh, that's okay. Sometimes things happen. I had to put a couple of my cats down. Oh, wow. I'm sure some of them had good homes afterwards, though, so it's hard when family stuff happens like that. I have a brother and a sister I don't really see eye to eye with all the time. Okay, Carrie. It was nice to see you. You have a good day. We'll see you again real soon. You stay warm out there in Tacoma. Bye bye.